Welcome to Speaker Sport now with Danny and Matt. We're going to be discussing the upcoming Premier League action for this weekend. Sorry we haven't been with you for the last week or so. Other events have got in the way. But enough about that. So let's look ahead to the weekend's action. We've got, I suppose now all the focus is on the top four. Now it's sort of a four-horse race. So we see Leicester at home to Norwich, Arsenal away at Manchester United, Spurs at home to Swansea. Man City not in action, not in Premier League action this weekend. They'll be playing in the Capital One Cup final against Liverpool. Talking about Man City, they had a fantastic result midweek in the Champions League, winning away at Kiev 3-1. How much of an impact will it have on them not playing this weekend, or not playing the Premier League, and seeing, but by having a game in hand over the other three teams? How will that come into play later on? Do you think it will benefit City?
I think it might do, yeah, benefit City. Obviously, they got a big game on Sunday against Liverpool, big final game, but I think it will benefit City, especially if you see the teams around them, Leicester and Spurs drop points, and maybe Arsenal away at Man United, which is a tough game, might drop points. I think it should be, but they'll be absolutely over the moon with, like you said, the result midweek. 3-1 away at any European side is a great result. And I think that could stand them in good stead for the rest of the season. That was as good a away performance I've seen City play for a long time.
Do you think that they're out of this race? Do you think there's too much to catch up on? Because a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people talk, and have been discussing how tough it's going to be for City to win the Premier League in the position they're in. They're 6 points behind Leicester, who are top. And I keep on saying the last two times City have won the league title, at this stage of the season, they've seen themselves 8 points and 7 points behind the league leaders. The difference is this season is they're not catching up on one team, but having to catch up on three teams.
I wouldn't say they're out of it at all, especially this season, the way it's gone. Teams are dropping points at home, away from home, everywhere, and I wouldn't say they're out of it. I won't count them out, especially with the likes of the players they've got. He's probably got, arguably the best squad in the league.
He's got, but more importantly, for the first time this season, he's got his spine back.
Yeah,
in Kompany, Joe Hart, Kompany, Silva, and Aguero. They're all back now, and if he can keep them fit, that will be a great coup to them.
Yeah, they've got the best defender in the league, probably in Kompany. Definitely
one of the best in the world.
Best striker and one of the best strikers in the world in Aguero. And if they keep him fit, I couldn't see any reason why they wouldn't.
I mean, and another thing to keep in mind is out of the four teams, they're the only one that's got experience in dealing with this type of pressure. You can't even say Arsenal.
No.
When was the last time this Arsenal side were challenging for the Premier League at this time of the season? Never.
No.
They've never done it, so they've not dealt with this sort of pressure. As have Leicester and Spurs haven't either. So
the thing that maybe Leicester and maybe Arsenal now is no European football. Arsenal look like they're probably going to be out against Barcelona. They got a second leg, but it'd be an amazing achievement if they turn that round. But maybe they have that. But obviously they're still in the FA Cup. They got a tough game away at Hull.
And when is that game going to come?
Yeah.
If you look at their fixture lists, who do they play in the replay? It's Burnley. Away at Burnley. Is it?
No, Hull.
Oh, Hull. Sorry, yes, they beat Burnley last round, didn't they? So that fixture might have to come on the day of round 6. So they will have to catch up on. But looking at the fixtures, we can see the fixtures here. And, City, like we said, City needs, let's say if City win every match from now to the end of the season, there's 12 games left, let's say they win all 12 games, do you expect the other three to drop enough points?
Yeah, I think 12 games, I think a lot. I think there will be a lot of points dropped by
Mm.
because it's so competitive, the Premier League. I couldn't see Leicester winning all 12 games. That's no disrespect to Leicester or any of the other teams.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be stupid to say City are out of it with only 6 games.
Yeah, I mean, I brought the question, but even 12 games left. Any of them, Leicester, Spurs, or Arsenal, there's no way that they're gonna win all 12 games from now to the end of the season. They will drop points at some point. I don't think they'll drop. Well, maybe it might be 1 or 2 that back off towards the end, but the race will be kept tight. I will say, if there's any team that will win all 12 games, it is Man City. I just think the fixtures they have left, they haven't got the easiest of runs out the 4, but they've not got the hardest. And the fixtures they've got home ties against both Man United and Arsenal. Yeah, they're away to Chelsea, but you've seen if City play like they did in midweek, they'll beat anybody.
It becomes unpredictable at the end of the season because you look at the top saying, oh, you'll back these teams, but you're looking at the bottom, these teams need wins, like Norwich away at Leicester need a win. And maybe, obviously, you make Leicester favourites, but Norwich, your Newcastles, your West Broms,
that's where there's a banana skin.
There's tough games there. These teams won't go down.
People have said, Leicester won't be able to handle the pressure. They haven't got the players for it. Do you think the position they were in last season, coming back from relegation, from what seemed like sure to be relegated, coming back and fighting for survival, do you think that pressure was higher than the pressure they're having to deal with now?
Yeah, I would say so, because a lot of people were maybe tipping Leicester to stay up last season, whereas no one was tipping them for the Premier League. And with the Premier League, it's if they don't win it, they've still had a great season. Do you know what I mean? And I think Ranieri said in press conferences, the pressure's not on them, and he's totally right. As much they'd love to win it, obviously, but if they don't win it at the end of the day, they won't be as upset as Arsenal or Man City or even Tottenham. So I feel there's not as much pressure on them as last year, but having said that, I think they're just enjoying themselves and enjoying it as much as they can. And like you said, I think they've probably got the easiest running out of the teams.
Well, let's look ahead at another team, Man United, who have been coping, should I say, of like a shocking result. They're coming out saying it's possibly one of the worst in the club's history, losing 2-0 away at how do you pronounce the team?
Midtjylland.
They've
only been going since 1999.
Right, yeah, and they've not played, or they didn't play. That was their first game since December. Then another worrying tie came about away at Shrewsbury in the FA Cup, but they did win that convincingly. They've got a tough game at home to Arsenal this weekend. What does this game mean for not just Man United but for Louis van Gaal?
Might sound a bit strange one, but I don't think he'll be judged that much on it, because I know we're only 5 points off the top 4, but you look at the teams above Man United and they're all playing better and are better than Man United.
So top 4's out the question.
Top 4 Europe, yeah, top 4.
I mean they're 6 points behind City. 10 points behind Arsenal, who are third. It's all well and good saying City could catch up on Leicester 6 points behind, but when Man United are 10 points behind the top 4.
So you could say Man City could catch Leicester. I know it's the same gap, but Man City are a better team.
Yeah, it would be more likely for City to catch up on Leicester, wouldn't it?
Man United aren't, and the Europa League game tonight is a massive game, because if you win the Europa League... Could it see the end
if they don't get through, of Louis van Gaal? Would they sack him at this stage of the season? Would they get rid of him? Because is any other manager...
Mourinho.
Let's say Mourinho. Well, let's say Mourinho does take it.
Yeah.
Would it, or anyone? You name me the best manager in the world. He comes in at Man United for next weekend after the Europa League tie. does he get from top four? Is any point or sacking the manager at this stage of the season? Or do you look for at the summer and reassess? Then we let Louis van Gaal go. We bring in a new manager. He has a bit of time with the players. There's no rush. He can settle for the start of the season. Is that?
Yeah, I'll probably let him go at the end of the season, because who are we going to bring in? Like Mourinho wouldn't take it middle of the season. I don't know. Maybe give it Giggs again, but then you just.
Well, this is the other thing. When is Giggs ever going to get his chance? He finished when he took over from Moyes. When Moyes was sacked, he had a few games at the end of that season, and he did well. Did he lose?
I think he might have lost one.
But he won most of his games, and he showed that he was deserving of a chance at some point in his career. But now it's been always linked to Mourinho. Is Giggs the right man? Could he take this sort of job?
I suppose he could, but it's a massive risk.
But he knows the club, and he knows the sort of players that need to be brought in, the sort of players, what they need to do to play for this club.
Yeah, it does, but at the end of the day, it's harsh and critical, but the squad just isn't good enough. And it's a big job, and if he takes this job in the summer and then fails, there'd be no real going back to Man United, where I would trust him more with, a better squad. Maybe if Mourinho took over and then left after his usual 3 years, leave him with a good squad, then Giggs. But it's a big job, and then for such an inexperienced manager, which Giggs is, I couldn't see it. But
not enough pedigree.
Not enough. But this game is a massive game for Arsenal more than Man United, I would say, because they really need to win. Like I said, Man United have got the Europa League. The bigger game is tonight's
game. If Arsenal lose this game, and Man City got a game in hand, then when they're 1 point behind.
Arsenal play in a couple of weeks' time Spurs away from home, which is a massive game.
We'll talk about that closer to the time, but let's take our attention now to the other end of the table. Matt, all the teams involved in the relegation battle are all away this weekend. Sunderland away at West Ham, Norwich away at Leicester, Villa away at Stoke, Bournemouth away at Watford, and Swansea away at Spurs. Just give me your thoughts on the relegation. The teams down at the bottom at the moment. Who do you think has the better chance of getting out of it? Who do you think, apart from we say Villa are already down and
Villa looks pretty doomed at the minute. It's so.
But could they turn it around? Because at this stage, this was a stage at Leicester. This is the case that we had with Leicester last season, when everyone wrote them off, they were going to be going down, and they turned it round. And I know that Villa have a lot more issues, possibly a lot more than what Leicester did last season.
No, I can't see him turning it around. They've got an inexperienced Premier League manager in Gard, which I thought was a bad move on both parts, for Villa to bring him in and Gard to go there. They never understood that one.
Would he be managing the club in the Championship? Would he stay there?
I think so. It'd be worth, if he's willing to stay, I think he would. I don't think they'd get rid of him at the end of the season. It's a pretty poor squad, and I think he will be managing at the end of the season. But it's so tough. Apart from Villa, maybe the rest of them, Sunderland. I mean, are not a great squad, but they've got Sam Allardyce, and he knows what.
And they got a goal scorer in Jermaine Defoe.
Yeah, they got.
None of the other teams got Jermaine Defoe.
No, I wouldn't say so. That's Newcastle's main problem. I'd say is you just don't know. Wijnaldum's got a few this season, but Mitrovic.
You look at the table. Both Newcastle and Sunderland are in the bottom three, but I expect both of them, like going on from what you said, I expect both of them to get out of that, just because the managers they have and the players they have in the squad, I think, are of better quality. They will start to perform at some point. Even with Newcastle, I think the form's been, it's point out the obvious to say that form's been inconsistent, but there's always a win in them. I'd always be more confident with any of those teams. I'd be more confident in Newcastle to get a result. And they're a team, they're not playing this weekend. They're due to be playing Man City, but they're going to be having a week off. So how does that impact on them? having a game in hand, another week's rest.
I suppose so. Yeah, another
But is
week's rest.
is it too much rest? Do they start to get rusty?
I wouldn't say so. They know what has to be done now. Newcastle. They know they have to win football games, and 38 points should do it, and they're on 24 at the minute. And I think they're relying on Mitrovic, who's about 28, but 21, sorry. But obviously they brought in Doumbia, I think, on loan, which is a good signing. But I think if anyone were to replace either Sunderland or Newcastle, it would probably be Norwich. They let in too many goals.
I don't think they've got enough fight in them.
Do you not think?
No, I don't. Like you said, they let in too many. They leak easily, and they've not got. I mean, who have they got up front? Who have they got that's going to score you goals? They haven't really. They've not got anyone.
Naismith was a good signing.
It was a good signing, but he's not the sort of. He's more of a striker that does a job for you in that he gets about the pitch easily and he creates chances for other strikers. I wouldn't put him down as that number 9 who's going to get you 15, 20 goals a season. No, not at all.
I'd say Bournemouth going well. Swansea, they're been a bit of a disappointment. But a team that's getting dragged into it is Palace. Have been quite bad. They're still a way off.
Bolassi's back now on the squad. It's worth keeping in mind.
And they should be all right. But to get the way they started the season, to get pulled down a bit is a bit disappointing.
Yeah, well, we'll just end it on the thoughts. 3 to go down. Let's say Villa are already good to go down. Who will join them?
Villa, Sunderland, Norwich.
I'm going to say Villa, Norwich, and I think Swansea. Swansea City will go down. Right, anyway, that's all we've got time for. So thanks for listening and join us next time.